Peace. How's it going? Hope you've been well. In this episode of Conservative Rap, we're going to talk about some political happenings amongst the world. As you and I both know, it's a very sort of complex news landscape we're looking at. And I like to cover, in some instances, the financial piece, some instances, the wider political scope, just to comb through some of the fake news. Excuse me here as I attempt to share some of my screen. We're going to get into what's happening in the world. And remember, tactically, the Trump patriotic game plan is to draw the deep state out. The best way to destroy an enemy, as I know you know, is to let them destroy themselves. Let them play their own hand. And you can't do that in a rushed fashion. So a lot of us on the conservative side of the spectrum, I think, are fundamentally impatient in a sense. Slowly, the people as a whole, which includes the normies, includes the leftists, includes former Democrats that are slightly left of center or in the center, and if you're like me, may have at one point been you yourself, they're all waking up to this entrenched enemy because things are being brought out into an extreme fashion. And we're going to get into like some examples. Think about these corrupt judges, right? Trump can't take a single action economically or domestically when it comes to the immigration issue, even though he's won the popular vote and the electoral college vote very recently. You have these rogue federal court judges stopping everything that he's doing. And a lot of people that may not even have been the most hardcore pro-Trumpers, may have voted for Trump for the first time or may have slowly been waking up. They're realizing, hey, how can we have a president? What's the point of even having a president if everything he does is checked by judges that the people did not vote for? So let's take a look at what's happening, and hopefully you'll get a sense and be able to make sense of kind of what's going on. It's really fascinating times that we're living in, and even though things are happening at rapid speed, the game plan is slowly coming together. So take a look at this. Secretary Marco Rubio, the U.S. will begin revoking visa of Chinese students, including those with connections to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields. This ties into, of course, Harvard. I also clipped here the DC Drano. Harvard is paying billions of dollars in federal funding and legal fees to keep their DEI hustle going. MIT looked at them getting their asses kicked and said, nah, we're good, and shut down their DEI office. And he clips, just in Massachusetts Institute of Technology shuts down their DEI office, New York Post. Guess they don't want a Harvard-style fight with Trump, do they? So again, people are waking up. MIT to me just seems like a much more logical kind of institution. And slowly we're seeing the deep state, how it plays, not only with the judges, not only with the Congress, right? A lot of the Democrats and rhinos are taking their money from China and from lobbyists, but also with the academic institutions themselves. It's all coming into fruition. Doge AI responds, MIT caving to reality? DEI offices are taxpayer-funded scams, bloated bureaucracies that prioritize performative politics over merit. Harvard's meltdown proved these programs exist to bully dissenters, not foster quote-unquote inclusion. MIT's retreat shows even elite institutions can't defend this waste. Real progress comes from scrapping DEI entirely, not just renaming offices. Let's see if they actually cut the budget next or just shuffle the same grifters into new titles. Taxpayers win when universities focus on excellence, not ideological compliance. All right, and I love this. It's, again, for us that are awake, it's a slow trickle because it has to be the populace, right? It has to be we, the people as a whole, that are on the same page. And it's, a process to kind of wake people up at the speed that they need to. So why are major Chinese leaders having their children educated at Harvard? What's Harvard really up to is where my mind goes when I see stuff like this. I didn't know this. Xi's daughter hid at Harvard under a fake name with PLA guards while U.S. students drowned in debt. Weak bureaucrats let CCP weaponize our schools for decades. 25 SEVP ban proves crackdowns work. Time to defund universities choosing foreign money over U.S. securities. Amen. It's time for us to wake up. And just moving on, Will Chamberlain put this out in response to Elizabeth Warren. Take a look at this. Good riddance. But Musk isn't off the hook with his chaos and corruption. We must hold him accountable. Accountable for what? They are years from having any power, and they're already talking about prosecuting Trump administration officials based on nothing. Please tell me more about how Trump is the quote-unquote threat to the rule of law. This is his, reward for cutting down on spending. And you may have seen this in some of the news clips throughout this week about them saying, again, fake news is like really asinine in some of their arguments. Legacy media is trying to frame Elon's departure from Doge as the result of a falling out with Trump. Yeah, right. Elon was, and he just bullet points it. Elon was a special government employee. Special government employees can serve 130 days. 130 days after January 20th is May 30th, this Friday, today. They're either retarded or they think that you are. As someone said, there's great significance to the passage of time. And he clips to some articles. I even found the Reuters clip. They admitted it at the time. This is from February. Let's go ahead to share this tab. So this is from February, right? Gonna do a quick control find. And you'll find he was a government assigned special employee. He was a temp. Probably, one of the most politically significant temps in modern history, actually. Special status allows an individual to serve up to 130 days. They acknowledged it at the time, right? But now, when the 130 days are up, they tell you, as if you can't do basic research, that there must be some issue going on why he's, no longer in that kind of political realm. It's asinine. Like, this is what I love about the digital age. Props to all the soldiers who are out there doing the research, putting the information out to us to allow us to figure out things for ourselves and do our own sort of a reconnaissance on information. It's the power of information, and it's really like an information war if you think about it. Back in the day, the legacy media had control over what people thought because we didn't have these tools accessible to us. And even a lot of the social media outlets, as you know, were controlled, Facebook, etc., Twitter at one point, by the same deep state. So, again, a lot coming to fruition, and it's only a matter of time before the deep state and all of its institutions make themselves obsolete. It's really an exciting time to be alive, and it's again an information war that we're seeing play out in real time. Next, let's go to Wall Street apes. Everyone is paid off. We don't have a Congress. We have a group of money laundering criminals. 535 self-enriching criminals taking legal bribes from their donors to steal our money is the dumbest form of government in existence. 95% of them should be in prison, not in Congress. And he clips from Representative Anna Paulina Luna. I'm fed up. We fought tooth and nail to get President Trump back in office, the best president of our lifetime. Yet this Congress has no urgency. This is in reference to the Doge spending cuts and the big beautiful bill that's currently in the news cycle. And yet this Congress has no urgency, no backbone, no vision. We can't even lock in Doge spending cuts, and an issue we've been complaining about for nearly a decade. It's embarrassing. We don't need more grandstanding. We need more results. Exactly. It's really interesting to see a lot of this stuff come to fruition. Now, on the global stage, right, let's talk about the potential for war, which would be, I think, a deep state dream come true, actually. Let's go back to X. All right. And apologies, I know with me clipping, this was the Wall Street Apes clip that we just referenced. Let's go over on to Germany. Word in Moscow is if MERS uses German weapons to strike Moscow, and we all know that Kyiv has no independent capacity to operate Tauruses or other long-range missiles, then Russia will have no choice but to strike Berlin directly. Simple enough. So let's.
Wir haben heute auch über Deutschlands militärische Unterstützung der Ukraine gesprochen. Ich werde mich hier daran halten, nicht in die Details zu gehen, aber ich kann so viel sagen. Wir werden unsere militärische Unterstützung fortsetzen und wir werden sie ausbauen, damit sich die Ukraine jetzt und in Zukunft eben gegen diese russische Aggression weiter zur Wehr setzen kann. Und ich will in diesem Zusammenhang etwas Neues hervorheben. Wir finanzieren einen beträchtlichen Teil der Starlink-Abdeckung des Landes und unsere Verteidigungsminister werden heute eine Absichtserklärung über die Beschaffung weitreichender Waffensysteme aus ukrainischer Produktion, sogenannter Long-Range Fires, unterzeichnen. Es wird hierbei keine Reichweitenbeschränkungen geben. Die Ukraine kann sich damit vollumfänglich verteidigen, auch gegen militärische Ziele außerhalb des eigenen Staatsgebiets. Das ist der Einstieg in eine neue Form der militärisch-industriellen Zusammenarbeit zwischen unseren Ländern, die großes Potenzial hat.
Yeah, so
Wir haben heute auch über Deutschlands militärische.
surprised, you know, if more talks about World War III come to fruition. It's really unfortunate, but it's like obvious what they're actually pushing. Check this out. Treasonous liars. Back to medical sabotage and other false flags. The same pandemic that they used to keep Trump out of office in 2020. This is the power of the internet. Look at treasonous liars. Obama, Bush, and Clinton. It shows you they all come from the same school. Told everyone to inject themselves with a biological weapon. 40 million have died since. The science is settled. Let's listen to these guys back in the day.
Our fellow Americans.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans.
And soon, they will be available to everyone.
The science is clear. These vaccines will protect you and those you love
I don't
from
know
this
about you, but
dangerous
these
and
guys
deadly
seem really
disease.
weak and
They
effeminate
could save your
compared to
life.
Trump.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
That's the first step to ending the pandemic and moving our country forward. It's up to you.
Our fellow Americans.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans.
And soon, they will be available.
Goes to show you they don't have the power anymore that they once did. And I think Owen Schroyer, props to InfoWars, really kind of left, takes the point home here. Leftist courts have ruled that America is not allowed to have a border, not allowed to deport criminal illegal aliens, not allowed to balance trade, not allowed to cut government spending, and is also consistently releasing violent criminals onto the streets of America. Incredible. And then Mays responds, what's the point of having a president? Again, guys, it's a new age. The power of information to shape the conception of the masses has been something they've known and they've used for decades. Now it's almost like the modern equivalent of yellow muckraking journalism on a digital format. We're all waking up to it, and we're able to catch them in their lies almost in real time. They put something fake out, and then you have tons of people with influencers with followers debunking the BS in real time. So it's only a matter of time before people understand how deep the web of the deep state goes, and Trump and the Patriots have more power to actually move on to the actual sentencing and bringing these corrupt actors to justice, which I'm very excited about. What do you think? Feel free to check me out on X, TikTok, Instagram, and Rumble. And feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. More to come soon, and thanks for taking a listen.